Why did Bill Clinton's presence foster trust in Epstein? Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we delve into a topic that has sparked intense scrutiny and debate: the connection between former President Bill Clinton and the notorious financier Jeffrey Epstein. As hundreds of previously sealed court filings have recently been released, shedding light on Epstein's dark web of associations, questions loom over the nature of Clinton's involvement and whether his presence fostered trust in Epstein. Let's explore the key events and details surrounding this controversial relationship, the unsealing of court filings. Let's embark on our journey by diving deep into the pivotal moment when U.S. District Judge Lolita Express ordered the unsealing of court filings related to Jeffrey Epstein. This legal decision marked a watershed moment, breaking the seal on a trove of information that had up until now been concealed from the public eye. As we explore this unfolding narrative, we find ourselves confronted with the very essence of transparency and accountability within the justice system. The release of these court filings, numbering in the hundreds, promised to bring names to the forefront, unveiling as many as 175 individuals allegedly connected with the disgraced sex offender. Among the prominent figures named is none other than former President Bill Clinton. The intrigue intensifies as we question why Clinton's legal team chose not to contest the public disclosure of these documents. Speculation abounds regarding the potential revelations within these sealed files. Are they replete with incriminating evidence, or are they a vindication of those whose names appear? The unsealing of court filings raises the curtain on a legal drama that promises to captivate public attention and reshape perceptions surrounding Epstein's extensive network. Legal experts and analysts weigh in on the significance of this unsealing. Does it mark a turning point in the pursuit of justice, or is it merely a procedural step in an ongoing investigation? The courtroom, once a domain shrouded in secrecy, now becomes the stage for unveiling truths that may have far-reaching consequences. Judge Lolita Express's determination that there was no legal justification to withhold the names set the scene for an exploration of the delicate balance between privacy rights and the public's right to know. The legal intricacies surrounding this decision unfold as we question the implications for all individuals implicated, including Bill Clinton. Did the judge's decision open the floodgates to a cascade of revelations, or is it merely a nuanced opening salvo of a complex legal chess match? Anticipation reverberates across media outlets, sparking conversations about the potential fallout. Public reactions reflect a society hungry for answers and accountability. The unsealing of court filings serves as a catalyst for a broader societal discussion about the transparency of legal proceedings and the responsibility of public figures in the face of serious allegations. This is a moment in time when the veil of secrecy is lifted, exposing the inner workings of a case that has gripped the world's attention. The answers to the questions surrounding Bill Clinton's connection to Epstein may lie within these sealed documents, and only through a thorough examination can we hope to unravel the truth concealed within. Clinton's denial and statement. As we delve further into the intricate web of connections between former President Bill Clinton and Jeffrey Epstein, a critical juncture emerges: Clinton's steadfast denial of any wrongdoing and his subsequent release of an official statement. This segment unravels the layers of Clinton's assertions, scrutinizing the details and probing the lingering questions that persist in the aftermath of Epstein's dark saga. In 2019, Clinton's spokesperson released a statement vehemently denying any recent contact with Epstein and disavowing knowledge of the heinous crimes the financier had been accused of. The spokesperson went further, stating that the former president hadn't spoken to Epstein in well over a decade. This denial, reiterated to Newsweek, forms the cornerstone of Clinton's defense against allegations that he was involved in Epstein's illicit activities. As we scrutinize Clinton's statement, naturally an array of questions arises. How does one explain the multiple trips Clinton took on Epstein's private plane, dubbed the Lolita Express, between 2002 and 2003? The flight logs suggest visits to Europe, Asia, and Africa, purportedly in connection with the Clinton Foundation's work. What work was completed? What results were achieved? Who else knew? or was involved? Were follow-up visits arranged? Can these trips be reconciled with the claim of no recent contact with Epstein? And what role did the Clinton Foundation truly play in these global travels? Clinton's acknowledgement of 4 trips on Epstein's plane raises eyebrows. Flight logs meticulously recorded by one of the plane's pilots reveal Clinton's journeys with Epstein from New York to various destinations, including Britain, China, Singapore, Thailand, Brunei, Morocco, the Azores, Norway, and Russia. The statement asserts that staff, supporters of the foundation, and his Secret Service detail accompanied Clinton on every leg of every trip. The question persists: how do these travels to such an exhaustive list of far-flung destinations align with Clinton's claim of limited contact with Epstein? The statement also references a meeting in Clinton's Harlem office in 2002 and a brief visit to Epstein's New York apartment at around the same time, accompanied by a staff member and security detail. These specific instances, isolated as they may be, draw attention. How do these encounters fit into the broader narrative of Clinton's association with Epstein? Do they provide a glimpse into the nature of their relationship beyond what the flight logs reveal? Moreover, the statement refutes any visits by Clinton to Epstein's ranch in New Mexico or his home in Palm Beach, Florida. This raises another set of questions. What about the allegations made during legal proceedings by Virginia Giuffre, who claimed to have met Clinton on Little St. James? How can Clinton's denial be reconciled with these accusations, and what does this imply for the credibility of his statements? The allegations made by Virginia Giuffre also extend to Prince Andrew, who has faced accusations of sexual misconduct. Both Clinton and Maxwell deny Giuffre's claim regarding Clinton. Does this shared denial strengthen their stance, or does it create more ambiguity surrounding the events that transpired on Little St. James? The interplay between these accusations and their corresponding denials appears to be confounded by the deafening mainstream media silence on the issue. As we navigate the intricacies of Clinton's interactions with Epstein, the statement raises as many questions as it answers. The journey through these assertions paves the way for a deeper examination of Clinton's association with the disgraced financier and sets the stage for a continued exploration of the events that unfolded in the shadow of Epstein's dark legacy. Clinton's travel on Epstein's plane. As we continue our exploration into the enigmatic connection between former President Bill Clinton and Jeffrey Epstein, we turn our attention to a critical component, which is Clinton's documented travels on Epstein's private plane, famously known as the Lolita Express. Let's scrutinize the flight logs and trace Clinton's journeys across continents. Doing so may help us to unravel the complexities surrounding these high-altitude encounters. The flight logs reveal a series of trips undertaken by Clinton between 2002 and 2003. One journey took him to Europe, another to Asia, and 2 others to Africa, with all of these supposedly being tied to the work of the Clinton Foundation. The intricacies of these travels beg the question: how did the activities of the Clinton Foundation align with Epstein, and what purpose did Clinton's presence on the Lolita Expresses serve in fulfilling these global endeavors? According to Clinton's statement, staff, supporters of the foundation, and his Secret Service detail accompanied him on every leg of these trips. This layer of detail adds complexity. Did the presence of foundation staff and supporters create a buffer, shielding Clinton from any untoward activities that may have occurred during these flights? Or does it in turn implicate those associated with the foundation in Epstein's web of connections? The flight logs provide a detailed account of Clinton's international jaunts, from a journey between New York and Britain to stops in China, Singapore, Thailand, Brunei, Morocco, the Azores, Norway, and Russia. The sheer breadth of these travels prompts further investigation into the nature of the activities undertaken during these stops. Were these truly philanthropic missions, or did they serve other undisclosed purposes? The flight logs, while documenting the geographical aspects of these journeys, beckon us to unravel the motivations and implications hidden within the clouds. As we navigate the turbulence, the Lolita Express becomes a symbol not just of Clinton's airborne adventures, but a gateway to understanding the intricate connections that permeate the Epstein saga. Next, another intriguing chapter emerges: Epstein's multiple visits to the White House during the early years of President Bill Clinton's administration. Let's explore the perplexing dynamics that unfolded within the corridors of power. The revelation that Epstein visited the White House no fewer than 17 times during the Clinton era is certainly one that raises eyebrows. As it happened, the White House, an emblem of political power and authority, in the early 1990s was to become the stomping ground of a sexual predator. Jeffrey Epstein also visited. Those visitor logs, obtained through a Freedom of Information request lodged with the Clinton Presidential Library, paint a picture of a relationship that went beyond the ordinary. Epstein's initial visit in 1993, a little over a month after Clinton took office, marked the beginning of a series of encounters. The logs detail his presence on specific days, with instances of Epstein attending events and even being photographed alongside a Clinton. One notable event was on September 29, 1993, where Epstein and his alleged associate Ghislaine Maxwell were photographed with Clinton after Epstein made a substantial donation towards the renovation of the White House. This raises crucial questions about the nature of Epstein's access to the highest echelons of political power, not to mention the true motives behind his donation. However, the lingering question is whether Epstein's frequent visits translated into substantive interactions with Clinton. Did these encounters extend beyond superficial events, or was there a more profound connection between the two? The visitor logs, while offering a chronological account of Epstein's presence, leave a void when it comes to defining the substance of these encounters. The visitor logs also reveal instances where Clinton wasn't physically present in the White House during Epstein's visits. This adds ambiguity. Were these visits merely ceremonial, or did they involve meetings with other influential figures within the administration? Understanding the context and motivations behind Epstein's White House visits becomes pivotal to unraveling the extent of his influence. The complexity deepens when we consider the philanthropic ties between Epstein and Clinton. While Clinton has denied knowledge of Epstein's sexual misdeeds, the proximity of their association raises questions about the ethical implications of accepting donations from an individual with such a controversial background. How does one reconcile the noble causes championed by the Clinton Foundation with the shadow cast by Epstein's ignominy? Epstein's White House visits present a complex narrative, a narrative that intersects power, influence, and philanthropy. The visitor logs act as a key to unlocking the door to understanding the dynamics at play during a time when Epstein's actions were still veiled in secrecy. The exploration of these visits becomes pivotal in our quest to comprehend the multifaceted connections that shaped the Epstein saga and its resonance in the corridors of power. Prince Andrew's accusations. As we navigate the complex terrain of the Jeffrey Epstein scandal, one name emerges prominently: Prince Andrew, Duke of York. As we delve into the accusations made against Prince Andrew by Virginia Giuffre, we examine the intricacies of their interactions and the impact these allegations have had on the royal family and on public perception. During legal proceedings, Virginia Giuffre, a key figure in the Epstein case, accused Prince Andrew of sexual misconduct. Her allegations were intertwined with claims of meeting not only Epstein, but also former President Bill Clinton on Little St. James, Epstein's private island. The accusations against Prince Andrew, however, created a unique layer of controversy and were settled out of court by the royal for a rumored $11 million. It's essential to note that while Giuffre's accusations implicated Prince Andrew, she did not insinuate any wrongdoing on the part of former President Clinton during their encounters. This nuance adds a layer of complexity to the narrative, prompting questions about the veracity of the claims and the specificity of the individuals involved. Prince Andrew vehemently denied the allegations made by Giuffre, asserting that he had no recollection of meeting her. This denial, coupled with the absence of direct accusations against Clinton in this context, raises questions about the reliability of witness testimonies and the challenges of unraveling the truth in the midst of such high-profile allegations. Giuffre's claims about meeting Prince Andrew on Little St. James without insinuating similar encounters with Clinton have not been confirmed by flight logs or other evidence. The absence of concrete proof leaves room for speculation and underscores the complexity of establishing a clear timeline of events. Moreover, the legal complexities surrounding Jeffrey's settlement with Prince Andrew add another layer to this intricate narrative. The settlement, while resolving the legal dispute, leaves lingering questions about the extent of accountability and the potential for the truth to be obscured in the shadow of legal agreements. In other words, Andrew boot the woman's sealant, so as a result, we may never know what took place. However, giving millions of dollars to a woman so that she stops talking hardly suggests a guiltless conscience on the part of the prince. The intersection of power, privilege, and legal maneuvering in the wake of these accusations raises broader societal questions about accountability and justice. The complexity of witness testimonies, the absence of definitive evidence, and the legal resolutions underscore the challenges of unraveling the truth in cases of this magnitude. As public scrutiny persists, the aftermath of these allegations continues to shape perceptions and discussions surrounding the entangled web of relationships and storm of controversy swarming around the Epstein scandal. Conclusion. As we conclude of our exploration into Jeffrey Epstein's entwined and ill-defined connections with Bill Clinton, a tapestry of complexity and controversy unfolds. The unsealing of court filings, Bill Clinton's denial and statement, Clinton's travels on Epstein's plane, Epstein's White House visits, the myriad accusations against Prince Andrew. Each thread within this narrative weaves a horrifying story whose true nature may remain concealed from view. While it transcends individual actions to underscore broader societal questions, a looming specter of growing uncertainty emerges as our explorations persist. The release of court filings marked a significant step towards transparency by revealing names tied to Epstein's dark legacy. Yet the implications of these revelations raise more questions than answers. Bill Clinton's denial and detailed statement present a narrative of limited interactions, while his extensive travels on the Lolita Express belie his words and beckon further scrutiny. Epstein's dozen-plus visits to the White House confirm and underwrite our suspicions, while underscoring the perplexing interplay of power, wealth, and influence, leaving us to ponder the nature of these connections. Through this journey, we've traversed continents, legal arenas, and the corridors of power, seeking to understand the dynamics of relationships that often transcended the public eye. The Epstein saga is not merely a collection of individual stories, but a reflection of broader societal questions about transparency, accountability, and the delicate balance between privilege and justice. Newly unsealed court filings, statements, travel logs, and accusations collectively form a tableau that invites us to reflect on the complexities inherent in high-profile scandals. They challenge us to confront the nuances of power dynamics, question the reliability of witness testimonies, and ponder the intricacies of legal resolutions. In the aftermath of such revelations, society is left to grapple with the fallout, continually questioning the boundaries of trust and accountability, while reconciling ourselves to the eternal truth that all human beings are flawed and incapable of ushering in a utopia on this broken planet. As we conclude our exploration into the Epstein connection, we recognize that the story doesn't end here. The pursuit of truth, justice, and understanding continues. The Epstein saga, with its web of relationships, remains a stark reminder of the need for vigilant scrutiny and the importance of holding those in positions of power accountable. Thank you for joining us on this intricate journey, and may our collective pursuit of truth persist, transcending the complexities that shroud the Epstein connection. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more content, and be sure to check out of these videos right away.